Hi, everyone. Welcome to Forbes Talks. I am here with Michael del Castillo, Senior Editor, Crypto, Blockchain, and more. Michael, welcome.
It's a pleasure. I'm liking this tradition we're developing.
Every week, and this week we're talking about VCs.
Yeah. Crypto VCs,
Crypto
to be specific.
VCs,
Yes.
which is is there a specific subset of crypto VCs versus VCs that said, I want a piece of that?
Great question. Yes. There are two very distinct categories. Well, three. The third one is VCs that do not invest in crypto. They're definitely.
We shall not talk. Shall not be named.
There are very legitimate players in the space who completely overlook the space and are not interested in it at all. Smart people that do not invest in crypto. There are traditional VCs that have been around for decades, in some cases generations, way before crypto, that have gotten into crypto and in some cases even reimagined their entire existence around that investment opportunity. And then there are crypto native VCs. These are VCs that were launched after the birth of Bitcoin. They are specialists, they are purists, they understand the technology like a fish in water. And
did they accrue their wealth? I mean, because oftentimes a VC, they've accrued their wealth through crypto, which of course gives them both a knowledge and the ability to get in on some of these deals.
I wish I could say yes.
Okay.
Often, yes. But often the GPs of these firms came with their money already in hand, if you understand what I'm saying.
So I think I do. So let's talk about what's happened in this space, because of course last year buoyant.
Yeah.
Here we are, January 2023, not so buoyant. So has that been basically the trajectory?
Yeah, last year started off with a bang. We saw, I think it was the biggest VC round, crypto VC round in history. It was a massive $500 million investment at I think, $23 billion valuation at a little company that you may have heard of called FTX.
How did that turn out?
The entire industry was on fire at that moment. FTX was sort of seen as the poster child of the industry. The CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, was talking to elected officials, politicians in the United States and elsewhere, described himself as regulatory compliant, above the table CEO, running a regulatory compliant above the table institution. Now, the verdict is still very much out on exactly what happened, but FTX no longer exists.
And he was an investor himself. He would have qualified.
FTX had a venture capital arm that was among the top 5 VCs in the world in crypto. So not only do we have to take, in a way, I think we need to take the $500 million investment in FTX off the table when we're counting VC investments in crypto in 2022. But we also have to take the FTX venture capital firm off the table as far as sort of some of the interesting milestones that happened in 2022, which I think raises an interesting dilemma when measuring VC performance in 2023. There's some heavily conflicting reports about how successful, how pervasive crypto VC investing was in 2023. There's some that call it a record year.
Last year, you mean, so 2022?
Yeah, they're literally calling it a record year. And there's others that say it was a complete oblivion and a waste.
I guess it depends what you invested in, of course, right?
So I think it depends on if you count FTX. Honestly, I think that like the research firms that are claiming that the VC in crypto space in 2022 was a success are counting that $500 million, which was a huge percentage of the total.
Well, we're still seeing fallout, and I know there's been, certainly we've had some coverage of Binance, and I'm sure there's more to come in terms of the fallout of what happened with FTX. But is it fair to say that the crypto VCs, was that the smart money, and the VCs investing in the crypto space were sort of like followers?
There's some controversy around that. I do think that there's something to be said for trusting a fish to talk about the water that they're in. That it's their native environment. They know what's going on there. but they also sort of lack the context of the terrestrial world, right?
Right.
And
I don't want to use the word Kool-Aid and fish.
yeah,
that kills you right there.
There's yeah, I think that the advantages of the crypto native VCs, many of which did make their money investing in crypto, and many of which have a curriculum vitae that include founding crypto companies, might be a little bit tone deaf to some of the bigger picture non-crypto impacts on the industry. But they get the technology really, really well. And then the traditional VCs that predate crypto and have already made fortunes for themselves and others and are coming into crypto later, they understand what's going on in the land. You know, they understand what the rest of the world looks like. They're not exactly a fish in water, but I think they also benefit from that context change. So it's hard to say which one's the smart money and which one's not.